welcome Taurus to your September 2020 reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is the first time that you've tuned in, I offer free mini readings for all new subscribers. So if you've got a question about this particular reading or something that this reading doesn't cover, just click the subscribe button and ask your question in the comments below. Or if you want to keep it out of the public forum, you can also email me and I will be happy to answer your question in private via email. And if you are already a subscriber, I do personal readings, so you can purchase one of those from me. So just contact me and I'll give you all the details as well. So let's get into your September reading. Now, you start out with some pretty fast moving energy in September. Now you've got the Page of Wands, which it's quite an exciting card to have, and it just means a lot of new opportunities are going to be presenting themselves to you, and you might get some information about something wonderful that's coming into your life as well. So that's really exciting. Now, it's right next to the Lovers card. So I wonder if there's some new, exciting and wonderful thing regarding love coming into your life in September. It's very interesting. Could potentially be with a water sign as well. So that is Pisces, Cancer and Scorpio. But always I'll give you the meaning of that type of person that this card describes a little bit later if you're interested in love. But just to go on with the Wands, so it's a really creative card as well. Like Wands are about creativity and passion, and you can be in September. You could potentially you could potentially be really thinking outside the box, and it's really even suggested that you do think outside of the box as well. It's going to get you far in September. It's going to be quite valuable. And you're asked to really follow your passions as well and let them guide you to your life's work. So, just listen to your soul. Are you happy doing what you're doing? Does this give you passion and love? Now, I feel like you are going to be doing that in September, or certainly you are going to be really manifesting your happiness. And you know what? Saying that, you've got the Magician card directly underneath the Knight of Wands, and the Magician card just speaks all about that, about being able to really manifest your own happiness. And so, this can mean that there is going to be a promotion for you, or a career change, or something new and promising in your professional life. This Lovers card can actually represent a choice that you need to make, and this could be related to your work or your professional life. Anyway, it can also definitely mean about love. If you are in a situation where you have two people in front of you and you don't know which way to proceed, and the Lovers card talks about making a choice between these two people, and there are definitely two people that are showing up in this reading. And as I mentioned, there is the Queen of Cups, which normally isn't a water sign, but it's someone that really is just very nurturing and very loving, and they're a really kind person as well. And they focus a lot on their friends and their family. They really nurture them a lot as well. And they're just able to really soothe us in troubling times. There's a lovely energy around that person. There's a lot of caring, a lot of emotion. And they're just a lovely person. So this can be someone that is definitely you perhaps maybe having a relationship with or entering into a relationship with, or it could be this person that you are having to choose between two paths as well. But just to go back to the Lovers, I'm jumping all over the place. The Lovers really is, it does talk, it is that quintessential card talking about a really powerful, long-lasting romantic relationship. And it's not the type that's just fleeting. It's that relationship that is deep and lasts a lifetime. And this can even talk about, it doesn't necessarily mean getting into a relationship. This can potentially be a relationship that you are already in. This is going to the next level, an engagement or a marriage or something like that. So there could be a little bit of a proposal happening, or an engagement or a marriage for some of you as well in September, or the announcement of that to come. Now, it's just, as I said, it can definitely signify an important decision as well. And when you are asked to make this decision, because there's a lot of cards that talk about making decisions and choosing which direction to go in, but when the Lovers card comes up, you're always asked to make a decision based on your heart, not on your head. So there's others where you kind of have to make a decision and you really need to think with your head and think it out clearly before you do anything emotional or rational, or potentially irrational. But the Lovers card always says, make that decision based on your heart. So think about that for you guys in September. Now, as I said, I described the Queen, but generally speaking, the Queen can also be asking you to care for other people as well. But you need to remember to nurture yourself just as much. And I feel like the Taurians that I have known are the sort of people that really do care for others and, make sure that they're okay, but sometimes don't, get sort of drained because they aren't getting replenished. So you have to make sure that you do that, guys, because that's really important for you in September. Now, and again, this card can mean, feelings that run really deep in a relationship, and there's something going on that's really significant in a particular relationship for you in September as well. And this can be either romantic or platonic, like if you're not in a relationship, when you're not planning to be in one. This can just mean deep emotional connections, or something significant going on emotionally between you and a close friend. But, I feel like it's nothing too negative happening in September, because you absolutely have one of the most wonderful cards in the deck, and that is the Sun card. And that is just a card of unending hope and pure faith and true understanding. You know, it's just all of the wonderful, warm, fuzzy stuff inside, and you kind of have this. The sun shines. Think of it as a metaphor to sort of like the sun shining down, and it just brings clarity to all areas of your life, your head and your heart and your soul, and it just really it just sort of shows, if you focus on that, it shows that you can just have that abundant future that you really want. It's just in reach. You can see when the sun is in your sign, in your, also in your sign, but in your reading, it shines a light on the whole reading as well, and it makes everything, anything negative, it lightens as well. It shines its light and it brightens everything. I hope I'm not rambling on too much there and I'm making sense, but it's just such a deep card of joy, pure joy, and just let it go drain in September. I really feel you just enjoy it, because it's going to be really great for you. And you know, it also gives, when the sun turns up, it also gives you a sense of purpose as well. And it just makes you happy, you know. So I'm really feeling like September is a month of a lot of happiness for you. Now, the Magician, I touched on that before. That is the card that speaks of moving forward and manifesting your real desires. So there's a lot of messages of you moving forward. I don't really remember what was in your last month's reading. I'm so sorry. Once I do them, they kind of go out of my mind, and if I look back at them, I might recall the messages. But have you been feeling stuck? Because I'm feeling like this September is really a point where things are going to be shifting and you're not going to be feeling in that place anymore. And also, the Magician kind of talks about gifts, or sort of gifts and talents that that you kind of have, that you haven't been utilizing as well, you know, because the Magician is, you know, it can speak about a trickster too, but I don't see that in this reading for the majority. I feel like the Magician is really, it's kind of like a guarantee almost that you are completely aware of, in a sense, of what your talents and abilities are, and you just need to use them and make whatever happen in your life happen, because you have the power and the ability. But yeah, I feel like, you know, it's almost like this month you are going to be getting some clarity on the path that you need to be on or need to be going. I'm really feeling like this is a lot of stuff that's coming through for you. And you know, the 8 of Wands there, that talks about messages, and that can be spiritual messages as well. Messages coming through, emails coming, letters, phone calls, just lots of rushing around and a lot of backwards and forwards with information as well. So that's quite indicating that there's going to be a busy month for you as well. And it kind of does talk about being filled to the brim a little bit. So it can potentially make you feel overwhelmed. And the Eight of Swords talks about, the Eight of Wands talks about rapid shifts as well. So some of these changes or this decision perhaps that you will be having to be faced with is going to sort of be the catalyst of a lot of rapid shifts. You could choose to go and take a new position, and then that's going to require you to do this and that quite quickly and get things sorted. Now, I feel like this can create a little bit of stress. So be careful with that, because don't rely on any past addictions or anything like that, because you've got the Devil card that does often talk about addiction and that sort of stuff. But I don't feel like you are going to be too stressed. I feel like you're going to be feeling positive. It's going to be positive movement and positive stuff happening for you in September. But let's do touch on that Devil card. So the Devil card is that feeling where we do feel trapped. And hey, I was asking you if you're feeling trapped. Well, there we go. It's sort of saying, confirming that perhaps you have been, and you may still be feeling a little bit trapped in September. But you've got to realize that you're actually not as stuck as you think. And just by changing your thoughts, you can change the way you're feeling. And that sounds so simple, but if you choose to look at things optimistically, that changes your whole perception. If you've been looking at something negatively or feeling stressed or something like that, you can just change the way you think, and it's going to change your perception, and it's not going to make you feel so stressed or so trapped. But also the Devil can seem to hide your path a little bit. And so you still do have this thing in September, I feel, that's there that potentially can be rearing its ugly head, so to speak, and preventing you from moving forward. It's kind of, in a sense, this thing that's holding you back, the Devil there. And I'm just feeling it's something, that's deep from the past. And that is technically, there's no real negative cards for tarot, because they all just describe particular situations or feelings, emotions, events that people have throughout their life. And so I hate to say that the Devil is negative, but it can represent things that in society we consider negative for ourselves. And that is the only real card that says anything about that, And, to get to the final card, we have the King of Wands, and that is just a powerful, wonderful card that kind of says it's time to take charge. And I feel like you will be doing that in September. You're really going to be taking charge of your situation and really just using your inner strength to get the things that you need done. And also, this card talks about leadership. So you could potentially be going into a leadership role, or if you're already in a leadership role, perhaps you are getting a promotion again. So that the King can speak about taking charge, being the leader, being really strong, and getting the job done, so to speak. But it also talks about talented and friendly people showing up to give you a helping hand. So if they do, don't be stubborn, you Taurians, and, take their help, because it's going to be good for you. Now, this is a person that is also, this can describe a person that's also very charismatic, very charming, very motivational, and they can motivate other people to do amazing things as well. And they're most certainly a leader in whatever field they're in. Even if they're in their community, it could be a community leader. And they're a great parent as well. And they really love their family. And, you know, they do crave a little bit of attention. They like their ego stroked a little bit. This can traditionally be a fire sign. So if you've got an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius in your life, this could be someone that is significant in September that perhaps you could be choosing between this queen as well. But finally, I bought a new set of cards. I was really just looking for a wonderful new set of cards, and I found these beautiful Gateway Oracle cards. They just, I found them, they found me, and I was supposed to have them. They are such amazing cards. If you look at the imagery in the cards, I just find if I meditate on the imagery, the images are so not simple, but simplistic, or not simplistic, perhaps simple. And yet they're so deep, and you can get so much from them. And I'm just like I used to with the other cards, I'm going to read the meaning from the book. And also, one thing that this book does, it asks you questions at the end, like to ask yourself. So I'll read those out as well, because they, ponder those. They sometimes seem so simple, but they can mean so many things to so many people. So the affirmation for this card is, I soar into excellence. So exceeding expectations, I soar into excellence. And this is a perfect card for your reading. Now, this is the time to dream big and stretch yourself. Exceed your own expectations, and definitely exceed the expectations that others have of you. Envisage that in the days ahead, you will be stepping beyond what others anticipate for you, and so it shall be. The universe wants you to know you may have been playing small, but now is your chance to dream big. Expect miracles. Believe that the best will occur for you, and it will. Make plans, big plans for the future. Do not act as if you're inadequate in order to make others feel secure. In the months ahead, you'll be exceeding inner and outer expectations. Get ready to fly. What a great card. And there is the image of that person standing on a wonderful sphere that could potentially be Earth, or it could be a massive ball of love. It can be the sun. It can be whatever you see in that. So just just look at it and allow your intuition to talk to you as well. So the questions that this card asks are, have I been playing small so that others wouldn't feel insecure? Am I ready to exceed my own expectations? What are my true expectations in my life, and am I satisfied with them? They are really deep questions to ask yourself. And so think about those questions, and hopefully they resonate with you. And I hope you have a wonderful month, Taurus. If you're into crystal jewelry, check out my website at kazana.com.au. Beautiful crystal pieces, handmade in Australia by an Australian designer. So check those out. Have a wonderful month, Taurus. See you next month. Bye.